How's the camera? You press button?
Huh?
It goes.
It's going.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So today is a great festival, disappearance festival, Tirobhava, and we will read introductory verse just for to make little introduction in our talk, right? So there is a verse from Madhya Lila Chaitanya Charitamrita, 23rd chapter, entitled, how is it entitled? 23rd, Life's Ultimate Goal, Love of Godhead. Okay, text number 40, CC Madhya Lila 2340. Okay. So we'll read Bengali translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda.
Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So text is Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Yasyon Milati Chetasi.
Yasyan Milati Chetasi.
Antarvani Bhir Apiyasya.
Antarvani Virapiyasya.
Mudra Shushtu Sudurgama.
Mudra Srushtu Sudurgama.
Anybody like to recite?
Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Yasyan Milati Chetasi.
Yasyon Milati Chetasi.
Antavani Virapyasya.
Antarvani Virapiyasya.
Mudra Shushta Sudurgama.
Mudra Srushtu Sudurgama. Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Yasyon Milati Chetasi.
Yasyan Milati Chetasi.
Antarvani Virapiyasya.
Antarvani Virapyasya.
Mudra Sustu Sudurgama.
Mudra Shushtu Sudurgama. Dhanayasyayam Nava Prema.
Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Yasyan Milita Milati Chetasi.
Yasyon Milati Chetasi.
Antarvani Virapyasya.
Antarvani Virapyasya.
Mudra Shushtu Sudurgama.
Mudra Shushtu Sudurgama.
Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Dhanyasya Nava Prema.
Yasyon Milati Chetasi.
Yasyon Milati Chetasi.
Antarvani Virapiyasya.
Antarvani Virapiyasya.
Mudra Shushtu Sudurgama.
Mudra Shushtu Sudurgama.
Translation? Oh, it's one of the words. Even a most learned scholar cannot understand the activities and symptoms of an exalted personality in whose heart love of God has awakened. This verse is also found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.4.17.
Statatam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamasyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sham Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagranakunam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Pajya Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Sadhanalita Shri Vishakamitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakampatarubhyascha Vipasindhunareva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Vishnu Vishnu Swami Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Prachani Andakra Vishnu Vashama Basuptam Sanjivani Dikila Shakti Dharam Sadam Namanya Shahastam Srinam Sadam Samadi Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Nama Sheshta Manshi Putanvatam Sarupam Upam Dasarajam Rapurim Arapurim Goshtavatim Radhakum Dhamgiri Varahvati Namatam Samprate Sapi Kripaya Shikurum Tamnatasmi Adantaste Nandantari Neshki Punakuna Shimandupam Padamujam Visyanjam Garu Babun Standijstva Sajna Pregu Vishnav Sabam Jagannath Hate Maha Guru Vishnu Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hope everyone is okay today.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's your fasting going on? Till noon?
Yeah. Orange juice washed.
Stay till noon. Okay, so beautiful festival today, Day of Disappearance. It's called Tirobhava Mahotsav. Mahotsav means festival. So Tirobhava, disappearance, also festival, and especially in Vaishnava culture, because disappearance means when a gate into liberation are widely opened. Therefore, we celebrate in this beautiful day, in contrary to materialistic culture, which is where there is a day of disappearances, a day of sorrow and sadness. So be happy in this day, because it's also a festival. And in fact, in our culture, many days, I mean, every day is a festival actually in Krishna consciousness, because original Krishna consciousness and spiritual world, there every day is a festival, where every step is a dance and every word is a song. Yadhaganam, Kathaganam, Yadhagamanam, Apivam Shipriya Sakhi. It is explained the nature of spiritual world. So we're preparing for everlasting festival in spiritual world. So today, one of the days, and like came to my mind one story from the life of Rupa Goswami. Actually, these great souls, they're feasting in the spiritual world, although maybe by their physical bodies they're here. And there is a story when, like Goswamis, Vrindavan, they're living in Russia, and there's a tree, they just keeping soul and body together just by, like eating something very little, some morsel of food, or a cup of glass of buttermilk, something like that, every second day. And once Rupa Goswami, he was sick, and Sanana Goswami called Kaviraj, Ayurvedic doctor, to check his pulse. So he checked his pulse and he found that he's overeaten. So he too much ate. Is correct, too much? Yeah.
Yeah.
Eaten too much. Yeah.
Overeating, yeah.
Overeating. Yeah. So he was defeated by prasadam. So too much toxins in the body, and so Sanatana Goswami, he was so shocked. How is that? You Goswami, you're supposed to control your senses. Your urges, Vachu Vegam, Manasakrodha Vegam, Jikva Vegam, Udarapasa. Jikva, most ferocious sense, has to be controlled by prasadam, of course. And he said, yes, but you know, I got a great feast there in the spiritual world with a divine couple. I could not control my senses. I just overeaten and had been defeated by prasadam. So he was feasting in the spiritual world, actually, in his spiritual body, you know. And like, it is explained by their contemporaries, or maybe Shastra explained that they live in different states of consciousness, and there are three prominent states of consciousness. One is called Bahir, means external consciousness. Then Antar means internal, when he's in trance and samadhi. And then in between is called Antar Bahir. It's like marginal situation. And when he's in external consciousness, he's like a sadhaka rupa. Seva sadhaka rupena, siddha rupena, chaitvahi. So he's in the sadhaka rup, and he's like normal sadhaka. He praying, he chanting Hare Krishna, he begging for mercy of Krishna, he tried to get mercy, and then finally Krishna bestowed upon him mercy, and he entered into samadhi. Or he moves to the stage which is Antar Bahir, in between, marginal kind of situation, when part of his consciousness, portion of his consciousness is there in spiritual world, and part of his consciousness is here. And sometimes it's called, that's why his activities are a little bit inadequate according to material logic, and therefore people saying that so he's a little bit, you know, like something wrong with him, because they're not underestimation of material logic or common sense. They're higher, you know, they're logical, but in a spiritual sense. And we don't understand that logic because it's too high for us. And it's called Vaishnavara Kriya Mudra, Vijnahana Punjaya. So we don't understand the activities of the Vaishnavas. Even great scholars, great philosophers, they cannot understand activities and mind, you know, and thoughts and consciousness of such a Vaishnavas. And sometimes they go into the deep trance. It's called Antar Chitta, Antaranga Shakti, so internal energy. They enter into samadhi and then in trance for a few days, for sometimes, you know, like in our movement, Guru Govinda Swami. He's considered one of the most advanced disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And he entered into samadhi for 3 months in Mayapur. In 1970, I believe 7 or 8, something like that. And everyone was shocked because nobody knew what's happening with him, you know. Maybe he's got sick or whatever, or his vata constitution had been disbalanced, but you know, there is it's proverb, English proverb. To understand one, you have to bring another one.
Take one to know one.
To know one. Oh, something like that.
Takes one to know one, yeah.
Takes one to know another one.
Yeah, takes one to know one.
Yeah, to know one. That means to understand the condition of person on that state of consciousness, you have to bring another one who is in the same condition of. So they brought Akinchan Das Babaji, so also great Vaishnav, Bhagavata Vaishnav, and he looked at him and said, "Oh, that's Bhava. This is Bhava. Don't worry." So he made a conclusion. So, and sometimes it is explained that such a Vaishnavas, when they go into trance, and sometimes they come back, but sometimes they don't want to come back, and it's called Tirobhava. So they went into trance and they never come back. So that means he disappeared. So this is Tirobhava. Tirobhava, day of disappearance. And this is a great day. This is a festival. Of course, we are in separation, and we're missing such association. Therefore, we sad and also we're joyful at the same time. So we can reconcile both, because it's spiritual life. Spiritual life can reconcile many different contradictions. And beautiful verse I can read for you from I think it's Padma Purana quoted in Hari Bhakti Vilas. It is explained the position of such Vaishnavas. It is saying, Na karma bandhanam janma Vaishnavam cha vidyate Vishnu anucharatvam hi moksham ahur manishinach. It is saying, Vaishnava doesn't take birth under the jurisdiction of karmic law. His birth and disappearance are transcendental. The wise have declared that the servants of Vishnu are eternally engaged in the liberated service of the Lord. Therefore, they are free from laws of material nature. So, such a great soul they call Siddha Mahapurusha. Siddha Mahapurusha, eternally liberated souls. We are in contrary, we are different. Right? So like Lord Chaitanya answered to Sanatana Goswami in his question, Ki ami? Who am I? Who am I? He asking. He asked three questions, three existential questions. Ki ami? Who am I? And Lord Chaitanya said, you are Krishna Bhuli Se Jiva Anadir Bahirmukha. You eternally conditioned soul. So we're Anadir, without beginning. So these are these great souls, Siddha Mahapurushas, they're eternally liberated souls. They're not under the jurisdiction of material law, law of karma, law of kala, time factor, or what is called cause and effect chain. They're not under that. So and when we speak about them, their appearance, disappearance, or lifespan, or their deeds, we cannot compare with our. It's not like that. And they appearing or disappearing just by their own sweet will. They're not driven by the stringent law of material nature, you know. And therefore their activities are divine. Divya karma chimadivyam evam yoveti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjana naiti mameti soljana. Like if you understand Krishna's appearance and disappearance, we never take birth again. Tyaktva deham punarjana. Punar means new. Janma, new janma, no new janma. In the same way, activities of the great souls, great Vaishnavas, are also eternally transcendental, incredible, inconceivable, because they're divya, divine. Janma karma chimedivyam. And Vaishnavas, they're like almost like a Vishnu. They're on the same level. In fact, Vaishnava means Vishnu Iva. Iva means similar to. So he's similar to Vishnu, you know, and he possessed all different potencies and vibhutis. So these are Vaishnavas, those who are not under the control of material nature. They sometimes appear, sometimes disappears. And Therefore, we don't understand this Vaishnavara Kriya Mudra, Vijnahana Bunjaya. They're too much, too transcendental for us. And sometimes they come out from their trance and they appear again here. And then they share their realizations. They're writing books, they're giving their realization, they explain all the different intricacies of philosophy, or explain for us teaching of in some certain period of time, according to the time, places, circumstance. Teaching of our parampara can be changed in details, not in the essence, but in details. So that's why they sometimes appear or disappear. So, and such great souls today, we have a disappearance day of two great Mahatmas. So first one is in our parampara line. He's on our altar, by the way. If we have here, you know, he's number 5 from Srila Prabhupada, right? Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and then Jagannath Das Babaji. And we pray to him. Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvanya Jistasva Janapriya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Jagannath Haite Namaha. Sarvabhauma is like a great commander-in-chief of the army of Lord Chaitanya. So all of you are the soldiers of this army, Special Operation Forces of Lord Chaitanya. So he is like a commander-in-chief. Srila Prabhupada, such a great Vaishnavas with such a caliber, they are like commander-in-chiefs. So, and Jagannath Das Babaji is same category. And somebody said that number till 5, up to 5, we should fast, right?
That's what I heard, but I don't know reference.
Till noon. And of course there is some tricks are there, because we can find between them more personalities. we can find, for example, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he didn't take initiation from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, right? Because our parampara is not Diksha parampara, but Shiksha parampara. And he received initiation from Bhagavad Das Babaji, Babaji Vesha. Babaji Vesha, it's like Renault's order. He received from Bhagavad Das Babaji. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, he didn't receive initiation from Jagannath Das Babaji. He got initiation from, does anybody remember? From Bipin Bihari Goswami. That's his Diksha Guru. But he actually, he was thinking or considering himself as a disciple of Jagannath Das Babaji, because he received Shiksha from him. So we are Shiksha Parampara, because in some of the links of our parampara there is no Diksha connection. There is only Shiksha. Like for example, between Narottam Das and Vishwanath Chakravarti, there is no Diksha. Then Baladevi Debushan is a great Vedanta Acharya who compiled Govinda Bhashya, you know, this famous story. But after him, Jagannath Das Babaji didn't receive initiation from him. He received, Baladevi Debushan gave Babaji Vesha to Uddhava Das Babaji. Uddhava Das Babaji gave to Madhusudan Das Babaji. And Madhusudan Das Babaji used to live on Surya Kund. Has anybody been at Surya Kund? It's an absolutely beautiful place, about 7 kilometers away from Radhakunda, in the fields, in the countryside. It's a place of Shrimati Radharani, daily, everyday puja for Surya, Sangha. So, and Madhusudan Das Babaji, he's a great soul also, great stories about him. And so he gave Babaji Vesha to Jagannath Das Babaji. And Jagannath Das Babaji used to live at Surya Kund for a long time. There is his Bhajan Kutir. If you go there, You can find his bhajan kutir, and it's a beautiful place for meditation, for prayers, on the banks of Surya Kunda. And so he spent a lot of time there doing his bhajan, and finally, at some point of his history, he moved to Navadvip Mandal, across the India, another side. And he was like already in some years in age. Oh, by the way, there is they given his biography. It is saying that he took a birth. Let me see quickly. 1776, and he disappeared 1894. It's like 118 years. But actually, other sources saying that he lived 140 years, 22 years more than explained here. And in fact, he discovered one of the great his achievements at that excavation, or he found Janmastan of Lord Chaitanya. Right? It is depicted in his pranama mantra. It is saying, offer my respectful obeisances to Jagannath Das Babaji, who is respected to the entire community of devotees and who discovered the place where Lord Chaitanya appeared. Everyone knows him. Janmastan, Navadvip, Mayapur, maybe 1 or 2 miles away from ISKCON campus. ISKCON campus is very strategically situated, very close to Janmastan. Janmastan is it's like a pivot of whole Dhamma, of whole this lotus, of spiritual lotus of Navadvip, which has 8 petals, and in the center this what is called
Whorl of the lotus.
Whorl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Navadvip means 9 islands, and in the center is called Antardvip. And ISKCON Mayapur, right? No, yeah, I wanted to say ISKCON Liverpool. 1.5 kilometers away from Janmastan. You see, it's very close vicinity, very intimate. So Lord Chaitanya appeared there, and Holy Dham kind of manifested from this place, right? Sahasra Patra Kamalam Ukulakyam Mahatpadam Nilkarnikara Tat Dhamma Tat Anandasya Sambhava. Karnikara means whole. It's a whole. Everything comes from this principle of eternity, Ananta. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he found everything. He found in the Shastra, and he checked with the local maps, Google Maps, whatever maps. Like the Google Maps, they're supposed to be 3 satellites to verify your location, where you now. When you go into shopping mall, you found some map, and you are here. So there are three kind of satellites, and in the same way, in our tradition, we have 3 satellites which verify our position: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Right? This is 3. This is 3, and Google Maps, GPS, and best GPS is SPG. The Supreme Personality of God is in your heart. So this is the best SPG, GPS, and Google Map tells that there is a Janmastan, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wanted to correlate or synchronize with other 2 sources, like in our tradition. Our science means 3 altogether, synchronized, not 1 but 3. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, Vaikya, Chitete, Koye, Aikya. Right? this tree should be in line, not like you take one out of three and all other contradicting to each other. It doesn't work like this. So every tree should be like in line. So he brought when he verified everything and he found this place according to local residents and maps and Shastra, then he decided to bring sadhu, so that sadhu will confirm. And he brought Jagannath Das Babaji to the spot. And he was already like 120 years old. Can you imagine 120 years? It's like completely paralyzed or unmovable, you know. And he was carrying on palanquin by his, he got a strong disciple, his name Bihari. He was a big body, strong. He was carrying him in palanquin or in some, I don't know, sack behind the back. He was carrying him. And he was immovable at all. And when he arrived on the spot, he immediately jumped out from this bag and started to jump up and down like 2 meters high, you know. And even strong and young men could not catch up with him, you know. And he was 120 years old. And everyone were amazed. And that was confirmation that that was the exact spot where Lord Chaitanya took birth, Janmastan. And Jagannath Das Babaji, he was into kirtan always. He was like very fond of kirtans and Krishna Katha. Wherever kirtan happened, he just leaped up and just started to jump, you know, joyfully, whatever condition he was, doesn't matter. He was on spiritual platform. He was jumping and dancing. And there are many pastimes about him. Maybe I tell a couple of them and then move to the next one. Once upon a time he decided to do vrata, take a vow to chant certain numbers of rounds during the day for 3 months. Like for example, three lakhs of holy name. 1 lakh is 100,000 names, like Haridas Thakur used to chant all his life. So he took a vow to chant 3 months, 3 lakhs of holy name without non-stop. You know, it's like non-stop, you chanting all the time. And he took a vow, do not speak. He took a mauna, vrata. Mauna is silence, you know, you never speak, just fixed. And he was carrying on this vow. At some point he forgot, like past, like for example 2 months, and he forgot, and he just broke it, and he just, you know, broke out and started to speak, and then he, oh my God. So he again took this vrata, again started with the beginning, and he just continues 3 months more. Totally half year silence and chanting for 3 lakhs of every day of holy name. So when he accomplished this vrata, he received darshan of Panchatattva. Panchatattva appeared on the sky as in front of him. And they were dancing and throwing petals from above. So by congratulating him with conclusion of his vrat, something like that. So that's a beautiful story. And then another story, he was very fond of residents of Dhamma. He was living in Navadvip, and he was doing bhajan on Koladvip. It's called Koladvip, and sometimes it's called Aparatha Bhajan Pata, where all aparathas are destroyed and forgiven. This is contemporary Navadvip city, town. When you go and cross Ganges, you go on another side, it's called Navadvip, right? But it's actually not, it's called Kulyagram, from the word Kola Dvipa. Kola means Varahadev, Koladev, Varahadev, born incarnation. And that place used to call Kulya, and it's called Aparatha Bhajan Pata, and there is the Bhajan Kutir of Jagannath Das Babaji. Beautiful place, used to be on the bank of Ganges, under the Kandamba tree, and there still they keep his deities, Gaura-Nitai deities, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna, something like that. Few murtis on the altar. His personal deities are there. His Bhajan Kutir, that tree is there, Kalpa Vriksha Kadamba. So he used to chant his holy name and enjoy relish in spiritual rasas at some point. And he was very fond of residents of Dhamma. Cows, dogs, doesn't matter. So all of them, he loves them. And he used to receive some donation. People used to bring some money, sadhu, pious Hindu people, they like to give something, So he collected some money, and that his personal assistant, Bihari, he collected and he counted them. And once Jagannatha Babaji asked him, how much money we have, Bihari, tell me. And he was blind, he was like under 100 years old, he was blind. And he said, how much money we have? He said he just stashed few coins, just in case, like 20 coins or 12 coins, 12 rupees. At the time it was big money, like 200 rupees, like it's now maybe it's like 20,000 rupees. Inflation going on. So he said, Maharaj, you have 200 rupees. He said, what? Why you hid 12 rupees? But he was blind, Bihari was like a little bit embarrassed. Okay, it's here. Take all money and just buy sweets for whole total sum of money. Spend for sweets, rasagulas, rasamalai, burfis, and feed cows in Holidam. Just spend all money for feeding cows. So Bihari was going and just buying things and just spending money. Or sometimes he said, feed dogs, dogs in Dhamma. Dogs are very horrible appearance, they're diseased and very, not like in Western culture, dogs are very, very, pampered and cherished.
Well kept.
Yeah, well kept. But their dogs are very horrible, But Jagannath Babaji used to say, no, they are residents of Holy Dham. What do you think? They're very great souls. You have to feed them. So Bihari feeds them, and when he cooked for him, he used to sit and eat from his plate. And sometimes some dogs are coming and also eat from his plate. Can you imagine? And he was eating together with dogs, and it's like low class for cultural society. But he's a Paramahamsa, He was eating with dogs, and Bihari caged dogs and just pulled them out from, And Jagannath Babaji said, don't disturb them. If you're going to disturb them, I'm gonna give up. I don't want to eat. Maharaj, but they're dirty. They're dogs, They're eating from the garbage, from the pile of garbage. No, they're residents of Holidam. Eat them, let them eat. Don't disturb them. So they're eating from his plate. Can you imagine? Yeah, sometimes they were doing unusual things. That's called avadut. Avadut means unpredictable person, inconceivable. His deeds and his appearance sometimes unpredictable, inconceivable. It's called avadut. Avadut, major avadut. It was Nityananda Prabhu, right? Yeah, so Jagannatha Babaji. So we're celebrating today his disappearance day, and his pastimes, his qualities, his deeds are glorious and absolutely amazing, transcendental. So we just glorify him in order to get his mercy. So today is also disappearance day of another great soul. His name Rasikananda Prabhu. with him, little bit. And according to some of the sources, he's considered to be Vishnu Tattva, actually. He's not Jiva Tattva. Some of the sources are saying. And for example, sometimes Lord appears in the form of the Vaishnavas in different Leelas of the Lord. Like in Gaura Leela, few Vaishnavas, they are actually Vishnu Tattvas. For example, we know from Panchatattva, right? They are well known, but other also there. For example, Vakreshwar Pandit. Have you heard him?
Dancing.
Dancing, yeah, he was dancing for 72 hours non-stop. So he was incarnation of Aniruddha, one of the quadruple expansion, Vishnu Tattva. Then Virabhadra Goswami, he's a son of Nityananda Prabhu. He was an incarnation of Kshiradakashaya Vishnu. And so on. And sometimes it is saying that Rasikananda also is Vishnu Tattva. And formerly he was disciple of Shyamananda Prabhu. Shyamananda, one of the three first
Sankirtan devotee.
Sankirtan, yeah. Sankirtan party. Traveling Sankirtan party. First in the history of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It's the first generation from Lord Chaitanya. First generation. Narottam Das, Srinivasacharya and Shyamananda Pandit. So they organized first traveling Sankirtan party. And they went from Vrindavan to Bengal, carrying manuscripts of different books of Goswamis. There were some story, they disappeared and they were found after a while. It's like kind of action. And Shyamananda Pandit, he was a guru of Rasikananda Prabhu. So, and Rasikananda, he born in family of kings. He's actually a royal son. He's a son of a king. You know, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, those who did not accomplish his spiritual education in one lifetime, like it's called destiny of unsuccessful yogi. So yogis sometimes couldn't achieve in one lifetime because they have material desires. And they taken birth in heavenly planets, realize their desires and come back to Earth. And they take birth like Shimati, Shuchi, Gehe, Yoga, Brashta, Bijayate. It is saying Shimati and Shuchi, two different types of families. Shimati means wealthy, aristocratic, royal families or merchant families, those who have a lot of money. So they're born in such a families. Like for example, you join to Bhaktivedanta Manor, you spend 1 or 2 years. Then you deviated. I mean, I don't speak about you, but some of them maybe deviated. Then they take birth in heavenly planets. That's enough. Enough only 1 day to be in the Bhakta program in Bhaktivedanta Manor so that you can take birth in heavenly planets. Even one holy name, to chant one holy name. Namabas, not Shudanam. Namabas. You'll get liberation, mukti. Liberation much more higher than heavenly planets. That's the story of Ajamil, right? He said he said Narayana, four syllable mantra Narayana, which is Nama. And he was liberated. He got liberation and forgiveness from all his sins which he committed during his long lifespan. One holy name. And he even not addressed to the Lord. He addressed to his son. He called up his son in the point of death. So, speaking about those who taken birth by arrangement of the Lord in different families, like aristocratic families, rich families, merchant or royal families, and those who more advanced, they taken birth in Shuchi. Shuchi means Brahmanical families. And those who even more advanced, they taken birth in the families of great yogis. Dhimat, it is saying Dhimat. And Prabhupada explained in purport that he said about him very humbly that I've been fortunate to take a birth in such a family. And my beloved spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, also took a birth in the same family. But actually they are eternal liberated souls. They are not like unsuccessful yogis, those who deviated in past lifetimes, right? So we're speaking about Rasikananda. And Rasikananda, he was a son of king, and he got initiation from Shyamananda Pandit, and he was preaching in Orissa. You know Orissa? Jagannath Puri. Orissa is a state province along the beach of Bengal. It's a Bengal beach. And he took a birth in West Bengal, I think. West Bengal, present West Bengal. And he was a great preacher. He got mystic powers. He could do some superhuman deeds using his mystic powers. And he was preaching to everyone, and he was converting many different souls, like not even humans, but even wild animals. Yeah, there's some stories. And he was given katha sometimes, and some people are gathered, they're coming from different villages. I'm also participated couple of such assemblies in Bengalis villages. I've been taken to such programs, and when you come in to such a program, whole village come in, and it's like 1,000 people on the central part of the village. They are gathered together because the white bodies, Vaishnavas come in. They are amazed, they're just running to see you, and they're very attentively listening, very attentively. And I remember I participated in such a program, and I know a few shlokas from Chaitanya Charitamrita. They speak in Bengali. Whatever I remember, I just all shlokas, all the shlokas, whatever I remember. They were happy, wow, amazing. White elephants, they call it. And this Rasikananda, he was given katha in such a village, and there is a real elephant who was running through the jungle, real big elephant, mad elephant, and against such an elephant there is no any counteraction, how to stop him, it's not possible. When it's mad, there is no any means how to stop him. And when he was running through the jungle, so all people started to flee in all directions, but Rasikananda, he was sitting very peacefully. And when elephant approached him, he took the water and he said, "Krishna, Krishna, Gauranga," and sprinkle up on him. Sprinkle up. And that elephant, he just stopped stunned, and sit on his back. And he also started to chant, "Gauranga, Krishna, Krishna, Gauranga." Elephant, can you imagine? So he initiated that elephant, basically. That elephant became a disciple of Rasikananda Prabhu. So he initiated a few wild animals in the jungles of Orissa, and also he converted many other personalities, even the kings, big time of personalities, not ordinary people, but also some other. So he was a great preacher in Orissa, and his samadhi, original samadhi in Rimuna. You know this place, Rimuna? Where there is a Kshirachora Gopinath, this very famous deity. Kshirachora Gopinath, who stole the pot of rice for his devotee. And his devotee's name? Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri used to come through Rimuna. It's an old path to Puri from Bengal. Old highway, doesn't use now, but used to come. All Vaishnavas from Bengal used to come through the path, and they're going through Rimuna. Rimuna, very beautiful place, abode of Kshirachora Gopinath. At that time he called just Gopinath. But when Madhavendra Puri was going through, and he stopped for one day. But he was a very strict Vaishnava, right? He was how you call it? Ajagar Vriti. It's called Vrata Ajagar Vriti. It's a Python Vrata, Python. So whatever comes easy in his life, he accepts. But he never strive, he never endeavor for any, any material things, any alms. He never begged. He just, he was always relying on Krishna's mercy. It's called Krishna Kripa. He lived on the Krishna Kripa. And that's supposed to, how Vaishnavas supposed to live. We rely on Krishna Kripa. Whatever comes naturally, we accept. If nothing comes, that means Krishna doesn't want you, or he wants you to fast, to take a fast. And there are many stories about that. And Madhavendra Puri, he arrived there and he was receiving darshan of the beautiful deity, and he was completely absorbed, and he experienced some different symptoms of ecstasy. And at some point he was thinking, oh, it's nice to get such a wonderful kheer, which was a very special kheer. Actually, is anybody tried that one? No? I tried. It's amazing. It's
Which
out
one?
of this world.
Which one?
Kheer from Rimuna.
Oh, Tirobhava. What?
Tirobhava. Did you try it?
No. I heard about it.
You must try at least once in this lifetime. So this is absolutely amazing. I never tried anything like that. So it's the best, number one. And it's like out of this world, completely heavenly. Madhavendra Puri, he just would think, oh, maybe it would be nice to get a recipe. Otherwise, I could have cooked for my Gopalji at Govardhan. Could have cooked for him. And he was thinking about. He started to think. All these thoughts came to his mind, and he stopped himself. He was thinking, oh my God, I committed an offense because that here did not offer it yet to deity. So he stopped himself, he said, and he just got up and with by chanting mantra, Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. He just came out. He went to marketplace. He started to chant. But Pujari Gopinath appeared in his dream. He said, you have to go to altar and pick up some pot of rice, which is still remaining there. But they distributed all pots. They're supposed to be distributed in one day. They cook in like certain numbers of pots. They cook not more, like I don't know.
12.
They
They used to offer 12 pots.
12 pots.
Yes.
That time. Now it's maybe more.
Yeah. Pujari distributed 11, and Krishna, he put one pot behind
Yeah,
secretly.
he hid one pot under his dhoti.
Where did
Kept-
you get that key from? Is it
Huh?
Tirobhava temple?
Sure, Gopinath. It's
They do-
available.
Did you give a prasad or they sell out?
You have to pay. You have to
Okay.
buy it, and it's available for everyone. No problem. You Mahabhagavata Vaishnava or you neophyte, you can buy it.
Oh wow.
So, and when we came first time, it was like 20 years ago, we came to Rimuna. We came 3 of us or 4 of us, I don't remember.
Is it in Orissa?
It's in Orissa, maybe 200 kilometers up north from Puri.
Oh, okay. Remuna place.
Yeah, please, yeah, mark it. Make some plan to come to visit. It's amazing place. There's so many different places of pastimes in this Rimuna. Not only Shirchur, a lot of places connected to different acharyas. Actually, that is a place of bhajan for Baladevi Debushan. I think it's a place of birth of his. Yeah, and also Sridhar Swami from Madhya Sampradaya, who was the original commentator of Bhagavatam. He from there as well. Rimuna, yeah. Very amazing place. And it's like remote place, not so much. Nowadays it's getting more busy, but it's used to be 20 years back. It's like, ooh, I was recently as well, maybe 3 years on lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lockdown. I've been there. When I came first time, so we've been a few of us, and we booked everything, whole queue. We bought everything, and they had 3 preparation a day. They offering 3 times. We booked all for the day, you know,
Oh,
morning, noon, and
Afternoon.
evening, everything. All other pilgrims came, no more. So we bought everything because it's so nice. So nice. Sure, yeah. So we eaten all.
Fancy dinner.
Morning,
Afternoon.
noon, and afternoon preparation, everything. So we
Oh, you
finished.
can book advance as well.
Yeah, you can. But
Yeah,
nowadays
overseas.
maybe they cook a lot because many
More
pilgrims
people
come.
are coming. At that time, like few people.
At the time it was alright.
Oh, during
Certain
the
number,
lockdown.
not so much.
Because of lockdown.
Huh?
Because of lockdown.
Because of what?
Lockdown, COVID.
No, it's not COVID. It's 20 years back.
Oh, 20
Now
years back.
they cook a lot. Doesn't matter. Okay, so Rasikananda Prabhu, his samadhi situated in the temple of Kshirachora Gopinath. If you go to the backyard of the temple, you will see samadhi of Kshirachora Rasikananda. His shoes, wooden shoes, his different attributes like I think it's umbrella, pot, and something else. So there his samadhi. Beautiful place of bhajan, place of meditation. And his Pushpa Samadhi situated in Vrindavan, in temple of Radha Shyama Sundar, next to Shyamananda Prabhu Samadhi as well. There is Samadhi of Shyamananda.
Under the tunnel?
Yeah, it's underground. Yeah. It's underground cave, kind
Yeah.
of cave, bhajan. So our acharya, they used to do bhajan underground. Even can you imagine? It was like 500 years ago. There were no any disturbance, no
Yeah.
any signals, or all this kind of rickshaws. There were nothing like that. There was the forest. It was a forest. When it was a jungle, because even tigers are there. There were tigers. Now it's a crazy place, overpopulated, a lot of pilgrims coming. For example, for Kartik, population increases 5 times. According to Google, Vrindavan now 200,000 people living there. 200,000. But on Kartik, 1 million. Can you imagine? 1 million. So that time, nobody was there. Only wild animals, jungle, and few Babajis around, here and there they're chanting Hare Krishna. But still they're going underground to chant, no any other sound. Completely focused, full concentration on holy name. This is the bhajan, this is real bhajan. They're showing us how to perform bhajan, how to properly chant holy name, how to go to meditation and sound vibration. So this is Rasikananda Prabhu, who is a great Vaishnava, who is a great preacher of the cult of Bhakti, great Acharya, so we can take inspiration from their life. They're leading examples for us how to perform bhajan, how to worship Krishna, how to be inspired, how to live simple life and think of Krishna, meditate on pastimes of divine couple. And just to finish our class today, I just remember instruction of Lord Chaitanya given to Radhanath Das Goswami when he said to him, he gave to him instructions. Radhanath Das, he is the Prayojana of our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, and he said to him, never engage in Gramya Katha. Gramya Katha means mundane talks. Never listen any rumors, politics, or all kind of things, worldly news of this world. Never associate with such people. Never
palona peribe, palona peribe, palona khaibe.
Yeah. Translate.
So Mahaprabhu said that don't dress yourself nicely so that
Oh, dress
start
yourself
thinking.
nice. Yeah.
Opposite gender, palona peribe and palona khaibe means don't eat so
Palatable food.
palatable food.
Yeah. Don't eat palatable food. Don't dress nicely, you know, like luxuriously. Never engage in mundane talks. Never hear any rumors and associate with such people. Always chant Hare Krishna, and within yourself always meditate on pastimes of divine couple, Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Oh, Premanande
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Bol.
His Grace Gaur Sundar Prabhu ki
Oh,
jai.
Christus, oh, Vaishnavas ki jai.
Jai Gaur.
Srila Jagannatha Babaji, Srila Rasikananda Prabhu, Tirobhava Mahotsav ki
Jai.
Oh, Premanande Hare. Bol.
Hare Hare.